dear students, welcome to all of you in our new lecture, lecture 55. My dear students, this is class first year biology and I am your teacher Adnan Khan. Dear students, in our previous lecture, lecture 54, we discussed essence of sink. Essence of sink means how the uptake of water occur in the plant. So the TAC mechanism we explained, which is the abbreviation of transpiration, pull, adhesion, cohesion, tension theory. And in that theory, we explained that how water usually uptake in the plants. Along with that, three pathways we discussed about the different pathways that how the water usually come from the soil to the xylem, in which we discussed apoplast, symplast and vacuolar pathways. Today I am here to deliver my lecture on a very important topic, that is opening and closing of the stomata. Dear students, first of all we need to know what are stomata. Stomata is a plural word, singular is stoma. So these are the guarded openings. Openings on the leaf epidermal layer. Along with it, some green herbaceous plants still also have stomata, but they are mostly abundant and present on the surface of the leaf. So if we study this structure of the stomata, so it's just like this. These are the guard cells. And this is the open, which is regulated by the guard cells. Now dear students, you have to note that during daytime, stomata are open usually. And during night time, stomata are closed. So today we are going to discuss the mechanism, that how stomata, on which mechanism the stomata will be open at the day and close at the night. So the first is the starch sugar conversion theory. These students according to the Stuart-Sugar conversion theory, during daytime, stomata open. So what is the reason behind the opening of the stomata? These students during daytime, in the guard cells usually, in the guard cells, during daytime in the guard cells, the photosynthetic process is on the peak, and as the result of that photosynthesis, glucose formation usually occurs abundantly. The rate of photosynthesis is greater than the rate of respiration, so there is more accumulation of glucose molecules in the guard cells. That glucose, what usually they do? When the glucose concentration increase in the cell, they low down water potential inside the guard cells. The water potential, which is expressed by this symbol, the water potential means the free energy or the potential energy that is present between the water molecules. So when the water potential just low down, so they draw more water from the surrounding epidermal cells, because in the surrounding the water potential is high, and inside the guard cells, due to the glucose concentration increase, there is a decrease in the water potential. So always the water potential will move from high water potential to low water potential. This time now we have low water potential in the guard cells and high water potential in the surrounding. So what will happen? That these guard cells will become turgid, and due to the turgidity, this opening will remain open. What occurs during night time? During night time, the stomata are closed. Reason. These students during night time there is respiration, and in the respiration, the guard cells consume glucose. This is the first reason. The second reason, that the glucose will convert into sucralose, which will be transported to the rest of the parts. And third, the remaining convert into insoluble carbohydrate, which is called starch. So due to these three reasons, the glucose concentration will decrease. So when there is decrease in glucose concentration, the water potential of the guard cells in guard cells will increase. And this increase will move the water molecules will come out into the surrounding tissues, because now we have high water potential inside the guard cells. So in that way, the guard cells will lose that turbidity, they will become flaccid, and due to flaccidity, the guard cells will shrink, and thus this opening will get closed. So this is a mechanism of opening and closing of stomata. First theory we explained, that is starch sugar conversion theory. Next we are going to explain the potassium ion flux theory, which is the most acceptable theory. Once again, a review on this theory. According to this theory, during the daytime the stomata are open. The reason behind the opening of the stomata, that there is more photosynthesis during the daytime in the guard cells, which result the production of glucose. So when more glucose is produced, glucose is very soluble in water, definitely it will load down the water potential. So when the water potential will decrease, it will draw water from the surrounding tissues, and thus what will happen? The guard cell will become turgid, and when they become turgid, the opening of stoma will get open. Now, this is one side of the picture, and this is of the starch sugar conversion theory. What happens in the night? Why the stomata are closed? The reason behind is that we have respiration during night. There is no photosynthesis. During the daytime, there is also respiration. Respiration is a 24-hour process, but the photosynthesis is a day-dependent process. But during the daytime, there is more photosynthesis than the respiration. So in the night, there is only respiration, so it will consume the glucose. All of you know very well that during aerobic respiration, with the help of oxygen, oxidation of the glucose energy is being produced. So all of you are aware about this metabolic pathway. Now the next is the glucose will convert into sucrose, and in the sucrose form it will be transported to all parts of the body. And in the third, the glucose will convert into starch. Starch are highly insoluble in water, they are sweetless. So definitely these three factors will increase the water potential inside the guard cells, and the water will rush from the guard cells towards the surrounding cells in epidermis, and this guard cells will lose turgidity, and ultimately the stomata will get closed. So this is one theory we explained. Now we are proceeding towards the next theory, that is potassium ion flux theory. Now the next is potassium ion flux theory. Dear students, in the daytime, why the stomata are open? Now here we have another reason according to this theory. In the starch sugar conversion theory, there was another aspect. In this theory, we are discussing another aspect. During daytime, there is low concentration of CO2, and this low concentration of CO2 favor the potassium ions usually move inside the guard cells. Why? Because of the low concentration of carbon dioxide favored them. Now the potassium ions will move inside and the malic acid due to the exposure to the light, and specifically during daytime blue light, they convert malic acid into malate plus hydrogen ion. And you know very well that due to accumulation of hydrogen ion, the acidity increased. So to compensate this acidity and to keep the pH normal, these hydrogen ions are transported to the epidermal cells surrounding epidermal cells. So that way the pH the normal pH has been maintained. And malate plus potassium, usually it converted into potassium malate, and potassium malate is very soluble in water, highly soluble in water. So it will load up water potential in the guard cells. So the water molecule will move from the high water potential to the low water potential, and in that way the guard cells will become turgid and the stomata will be open. At the night time, when we have the stomata are closed. Why? The reason is that high concentration of CO2 because of respiration, high concentration of CO2 favor the potassium ions to efflux or to move outside from the guard cells. Because we need to show stomata close, that's why a little bit amendment the diagram. So we were discussing that stomata are closed, so high concentration of CO2 will favor the efflux of the potassium ion, efflux. So again, potassium malate convert into malate plus potassium. Potassium are transported outside, and the malate plus hydrogen ions, they again retake the hydrogen ions from the surrounding, and again they form malic acid, which is insoluble in water, and this insolubility, what this insolubility result, there is water molecules, the water potential psi W increase, and it favors the water molecule to be ejected out. Again, the water molecules are ejected out. So, resultant is the stomata will get closed. So, my dear students, it was all about the opening and closing of stomata. Inshallah, in our coming lecture, we will discuss the translocation of organic solutes, the movement of the food inside the plant body. So again, quick review that during the daytime, we have low concentration of carbon dioxide, so it usually favors that the potassium ions should move inside, and due to exposure to the light, specifically to the blue light, the malic acid converted to malate plus hydrogen ion. These hydrogen ions increase the load on the pH, and they are transported out to the epidermal cells to normalize the pH of the guard cells. So in that way, the water and the malic acid, the malate plus potassium ion form potassium malate, which is highly soluble in water, and it will load on the water potential. So the water from the surrounding epidermal cells will rush into the guard cells, and thus the guard cells will become turgid, and they will get open the stomata. But what usually happens at the night, totally reverse, that a high concentration of carbon dioxide, because of the respiration process, the potassium ions are ejected out, and when they ejected out, the potassium ion and malate again from malate plus potassium, and this malate plus hydrogen ion, which they retake from the surrounding cells, again from the malic acid, which is insoluble, and thus the water potential inside the guard cells increase, and the water rush out from the guard cell, which cause the loss of turgidity, which is also called as plasmolysis, or the loss of turgidity, and the cells become flaccid, and thus the stomata get closed. Inshallah, see you in the next lecture. Hope that you people got good understanding. This is very important topic an exam point of view. Still, if you got any problem conceptually, please place your question. We will try to clear your concepts. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.